Hey guys, it's Not Lammers of Invoked 101. Welcome back, and today we're taking a look at my new version of Cyberdark. This is Cyberdark Guardragons. I've had some pretty good luck playtesting this deck, just doing test hands and stuff with it, and it ends up with a pretty decent board. Honestly, Cyberdark should really all just be dragons. It would make the deck a lot better, but that's not the case. And we do have some machines, but this does lend itself to some interesting interactions with the Guardragon cards. So without further ado, I'm going to do this a little bit differently. Basically, I'm going to go through each section of the deck that this deck has, because it does have a lot of different parts to make it work. So we're going to do that, and then but before we get into it, real quick, down in the description is our Patreon. If you want to back us on that, it would mean a lot to me. It helped out the channel a lot. So if you feel like supporting the channel and you feel like potentially even getting yourself an Invoked 101 mat, that is down in the description, along with our Discord. So if you feel like chatting with us, you can check that out down in the description as well. But now, without further ado, I'm going to set the extra deck off to the side, and we're going to go through the main deck. So we're going to start, of course, with the first part of this deck, which is the Cyberdark part. And to start us off, we are playing one each Edge, Horn, and Keel. So each of these has so they all have an effect on normal summon, which is when normal summoned, you can target a level 3 or lower, a level 3 dragon, right? Level 3 or lower dragon, sorry. Level 3 or lower dragon in your graveyard and equip it to this card. It gains attack equal to the original attack of that monster equipped to it by this effect. And if this card is destroyed, destroy the equipped monster instead. Then it has a bonus effect, which is like its normal effect. This one can attack directly for half damage. This one does piercing, and this one does... if it destroys a monster, it burns for 300. So they all do a little something. But aside from those guys, we also play triple Cyberdark Claw. This one's one of the best ones in the deck. So you discard him to search a Cyberdark machine, which is really cool. And then we have triple Claw. I might have called this one Claw. This is Cannon. Sorry. And Claw, you discard to search a Cyberdark spell or trap. So both very useful, and these are the two dragons of the deck, so those are the ones that we're playing the most of just because they're most useful. So of course, the cannons have the machines up here for targets, but what do the claws have for target? Well, they have one copy of Inferno and one copy of Impact. And then to finish out the Cyberdark stuff, we have one copy of Overload Fusion to go into stuff like Cyberdarkness Dragon and Cyberdark Dragon. So there we go. So it's a pretty small Cyberdark engine, but it actually does function in the deck pretty well and about as good as I want it to. Being able to save your normal summon for those after discarding a cannon and also reviving the cannon at multiple points during their turn is super valuable. Moving into the Chaos Dragon stuff, we of course are running triple White Dragon Wyvern Burster because this is the one that banishes a dark. So you banish a dark to special summon this, and when this is sent from field to graveyard, you get to search one Black Dragon Collapse Serpent, which does the same thing, except it banishes a dark and searches Wyvern Burster, and you can only special summon them from the hand once per turn. So that's those two, and then to round out the Chaos Dragon package, we have one Eclipse Wyvern, and that's the pure Chaos Dragons right there. Those guys are the OG ones. If you don't know what Eclipse Wyvern does, it says, if this card is sent to the graveyard, banish a level 7 or higher light or dark dragon from your deck. If this card is banished, you get to add the monster banished by this effect to your hand. So very cool card. After that, we have double Defrag. Defrag says that you can discard one other monster to special summon this card from the hand. It's pretty cool. And then we have one Dark Worm for the special summon, one Destrito for the special summon, and one Chaos Dragon Levineer also for the special summon and to rip a card out of the opponent's hand. And then lastly, one Darkness Metal Dragon. This is to basically just revive everything. You get to activate this like 3 times in a turn. Effectively. And that's... Oh, wait, we have some more stuff for the Chaos Dragon things. And then after that, we have 2 copies of World Legacy Guardragon. I really should be playing 3 in this one, but I unfortunately only have 2. This card is invaluable in this deck. Super great. So that's it for the Chaos Dragon stuff. Moving into the Rocket things, we have double Auto Rocket Dragon, because he's the level 3 with 1600. I actually found out this was a pretty cool one, so... I was like, dang, Auto Rocket would be kind of cool as an equip card because it has the same stats as the other level 3 dragons, making him pretty good in a Cyberdark deck. Alongside the Auto Rocket Dragon, we of course have triple Quick Launch. Real quick, while I'm at Quick Launch, shout out to Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards for Sale. He sent these to Mio for free because something was acting up with... she was having something going on and was just generally having a bad day, and he was like, you know what, you can have these. So he sent us 2 of them. I forget where I got the 3rd one. But yeah, big shout out to Yu-Gi-Oh cards for sale. Thank you so much for those. But yeah, this is just to get extra special summons of these two, and then of course they're level 3 dragons, so they have synergy with the Cyberdarks. And that's it for the engine type stuff, and then we come into the just spells that boost the deck, which is triple Dragon Ravine to send stuff to the graveyard. This is not a hard once per turn, so as long as you have a card to discard from your hand, you can activate this and send another dragon from the deck. And of course, with this, we play double Terraforming to search it, and then we're playing triple Allure of Darkness because the entire deck is basically dark, which is really nice. And then we're playing 1 Foolish Burial and 1 Dragon Shrine. Now, honestly, I don't know how good the Dragon Shrine is. Like, I don't know if the Foolish Burial is better with 2 Dragon Shrines, or if 2 Dragon Shrines better, or if the Foolish Burial is better yet. They've done about the same thing, especially because there is no normal monster in this deck. So this really just acts as more Foolish Burial, as another copy of Foolish Burial. And that is it for the main. That's it for the main. That's it for the main deck of this. It's pretty interesting. I think the biggest issue is consistency with this. The Allure of Darkness helps with this a lot, with the consistency of this part a lot. But then of course we get to the extra deck, and if you can start doing the combos, like the full combo, then you're set. So let's talk about the extra deck. Of course, to start us off, we have Elpie and Pitsty. And so what these two do, this one summons from Banished. They each get to summon a dragon from somewhere. This one summons from hand or deck. And then this one summons from grave or banished. And both of them are hard ones per turns, and both of them say you can only summon dragons while they're on the board, and you have to summon it to a zone 2 link monsters point to. And then we have a Garpain, who is very similar to these two, except he summons one from the extra deck. So with all 3 of them, they all... I kind of wish they had a fusion to make like this big 3-headed dragon together, but they don't. But anyways, yeah, so they all do similar things, but a little bit differently. So, and we'll take these guys and we'll set them off to the side. Outside of that, we have some more Guardragon type stuff, such as Twin Triangle Dragon for Revival, Hieratic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres to get extra summons, Triple Burst Dragon, because he has really good arrows, and then Saryuja Skull Dread. So, very cool card, very useful in this card, and I honestly never thought I'd be saying that I could summon Saryuja in Cyberdarks, but here we are. So, set those off to the side. For the fusion monsters, we have Elder Entity Natis. So what this does is, if this is sent from the this is sent to the graveyard, you get to pop a card your opponent controls. And the way we send a lot of the stuff from our graveyard, from our extra deck to the graveyard, is with Cyberdark Claw, because it has an effect of when the equipped monster attacks, it gets to send a card from the extra deck to the graveyard, which is pretty cool. Then we have Cyberdarkness Dragon, who has a negate, and he can equip a dragon or machine from the deck from the graveyard to itself, and then you can detach a equip spell that you control and like negate something, which is pretty cool. And it's not a once per turn. And then we have Cyberdark Dragon. This guy sucks. He's really bad. So he gains 100 attack for each monster in your graveyard, and then he also gets to equip a dragon from the graveyard to himself. And if he would be destroyed, you get to send the equipped monster to the graveyard, which is kind of neat. But he just, for a 3-piece fusion, a 3-piece specific fusion, and only having 1,000 attack, I wish he had so they're all 800. So that'd be 8, 16, 32. He really should have something like 32. And like, I get it. He'd be like, if you equip Blue Eyes to him, he'd be huge. Or like, if you equip 5-headed dragon to him, he'd be huge. But still, he's not. He should really be better. And this one requires 5 materials, and he's a 2,000. So, I don't know. They kind of suck. And then for Synchros, because we can summon them off, because one of them we summon off a Garpain. I think we can summon the other one off a Garpain too. But anyway. We have Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss for the negate. This is one of our targets for a Garpain. And then we have Shooting Quasar Dragon and Shooting Star Dragon. Now, the reason we're playing these is for a really cool reason. If you manage to get enough zones open and you get out something like Cyberdark Dragon or Cyberdarkness Dragon and you have Quasar in your graveyard, you can equip Quasar to Cyberdarkness Dragon or Cyberdark Dragon. And then whenever this sends this to the graveyard, this guy's effect activates, because it only says from field to graveyard, and since it left the spell and trap zone on the field, it activates, and you get a special summon Shooting Star Dragon. Now, of course, you can also summon Shooting Star Dragon via the effect of a Garpain, but, you know, a cool little interaction that Cyberdarks have with the Stardust Dragon type family. And then that's it. That's it for the deck. It's really it's really something to be playing Cyberdarks and summoning as much as you do in this deck, because I remember when this deck got its support back in Master Rule 3, it was like, oh cool, Cyberdark's gonna actually start doing stuff. And then they didn't really do a lot. They kind of just they were just better. Like, they were playable, because it was like Cyberdarks and Neos were really bad GX archetypes, and now both are fairly playable. Cyberdarks do have the benefit of having dragons in theme with them and being able to use guard dragons, which is a boon to all dragon decks everywhere. And with that, they're able to make boards that they really shouldn't have been able to in the first place, but that's the case with a lot of stuff that uses guard dragons. Anyways, I want to know what you guys thought about this deck in the comments below. Tell me anything you guys think I could do to make this deck better, because I would love to improve this deck. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching. Again, real quick, down in the description, there's a link to our Patreon. That would really help the channel out if you back us on there. Of course, there's also bonus perks for whichever tier that you pick on our Patreon. There's also a link to our Discord down there, so if you guys want to chat with us, that's down there as well. Anyways, thank you so much, and we will see you guys in the next video.